Good afternoon, Peas and Gravy Productions. I'm going to talk a little bit about flat top pistons on pumpers. I've been asked a few questions and I'm just going to put a few things right. This is your normal valve for a flat top, which will end up being a flat top. The valve head has got a cone. Can you see there? There we go. Got a cone on it. And there's your piston with a cone, or a cup as it's called. And when you're pumping, it does that till eventually the pressure in here and the spring pressure keeping the check valve shut, this cup can no longer force air into that hole, and what it does is it just compresses the air in the taper, in the cone, in the gap if you like, so it can't take any more in, so you're pretty much restricted. So what happens is you just keep pumping and pumping and pumping, gets full, nothing more happens, so you're wasting your time pumping it. And that's what happens, that the air around here compresses first and it doesn't go down the hole. So what happens is we get what's known as an adjustable piston, flat top piston, which is one of these. So you can wind it in or out to set your stroke, set the length. So you set it so when it comes up against the piston, it just lightly touches it, so when you shut the lever, it keeps the lever shut. Now that's flat there, so you've got nowhere for the air to go. You know, it's not like the cone where there's an air gap if you like for it to go. But to make that work with your valve, you have to machine this cone off here. So it's a mirror image of that, and you end up with two flats coming together. So you end up like this. So that cone's gone when the flats come together. So when you compress it, the air can only go inside the valve. It's got nowhere else to go unless it blows by a seal, of course. But it just means you can get more pumps or more air in for a pump ratio, if you like. Where 10 pumps on this, only 8 may be going in. 10 pumps on this, you'll get 10 pumps in. You'll struggle, but that's what happens. When I tune these with a piston, I like to try and get around about 10 foot-pounds for 10 pumps. After that, it's, you know, I think you're putting too much mechanical stress on the gun, but that's the way I sort of target it. That's like on your backpackers and that, you know, with a slightly longer barrel. What I'll do, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go and machine this head, and I'll come back and I'll continue just to show you. Alright? So, we're back. Head of the valve. Here's your valve head, and that's the cone now machined off. So obviously you can understand what happens now. That's in the gun, and the piston moves back and forwards, and you end up with that configuration. Compared to all that cup giving all that space away. So it comes up tight. So when you adjust the stroke, you don't want it so there's an air gap, because that just compresses air, and once this is full, it'll overcome the pressure of this. So you have it so it just touches lightly, and the lever will just stay shut. You have to just click it gently, so that helps lock it all in place. And that's all it is. There's no black magic to it. Just you're getting rid of the cone. You're getting rid of the cone and making it more reliable. And apart from which, pump cups, which you can't get a hold of anymore, they're dead hard to get. I've got some coming from America. So you just use standard O-rings, and it just makes it easier all round. So I'm just off to tune this valve now to give it a little bit more internal volume before it gets sent back to the owner. A nice guy called Keith. This is his, and it'll be going in his gun. And that's it. If you've got any questions, as usual, you know where I am. Cheers.